Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everybody today? I hope everybody's having a good day, wonderful day. I'm having the time of my life right now. Incredible day. Every day is just bigger and better. My new family, man, thank you, everybody who's subscribing, for all the people that reached out to my casting call. Man, I just want to say thanks a million. Today, I want to talk to everybody about something that I kind of stumbled across, and I stumbled across it today while actually in a coaching session. I was talking to someone, and we were discussing the pain and how the pain is so different from when you break up with a narcissist, and so many different aspects of what you're going through. And so the first thing that we established was that love, we when you get out of a relationship with a narc, you're thinking that you're in love with them. That's the first thing that you have to figure out, and that is that you're not in love. I know that you may think you are, and I know that a lot of people are going to say, well, how could you tell me what I'm feeling? I know what I'm feeling. Because I know what you're feeling. And I can tell you why you're feeling the way you're feeling. And if what I'm saying is not resonating with you, then you can dismiss it. So, you're not feeling love. And the reason you're not feeling love is because love is a process of different things added together. And the things that love incorporates are required in order for you to have love. So in a layman's term, it's like butter pecan ice cream. Well, can you call it butter pecan ice cream if it doesn't have pecans in it? If it doesn't have cream in it? I don't think so. What do you think? If you're dealing with a narcissist, you don't have love because you don't have trust. You don't have respect. You don't have integrity. How can you say that you're in love when the love that you share doesn't have those three vital ingredients? Those are not the only ones that you don't have, but I'm going to just leave it there. You cannot say that you have love and that you are in love without that. No, you cannot. You can say it, but it's not true. You can't make it true. And it is not true. So, you're thinking, you're convincing yourself, and you're saying this to the narcissist. So that's why you believe it. You believe it because you're professing it. So therefore you believe it. Well, you're dealing with an element that you really don't understand. For the most part, to be honest with you, and I'm saying that to you because I didn't understand. I'm not saying that to you like I'm schooling you. I'm saying it to you because I didn't understand either. And it's a process that you go through when you start to break this stuff down. You really have to break the stuff down in order to understand it. So in a loving relationship, one of the main things that is required in a loving relationship is trust. Trust, and that's on both sides. Even with a narcissist, in order for you to love your narcissist, The narcissist has to allow you to love them. Okay? They have to allow you to be in love with them. And for someone to allow you to be in love with them, they have to be open for love. They have to be open for it. So although they may open that segue at the beginning, only at the beginning, they will open that segue, but they'll close it very quickly. Because a narcissist does not want to run the risk of being in love with you, because they view that as being weak. And that is the way they're going to control you, because you're going to be weak for them. You're going to think you're in love, and through that thought, they are going to control you, because they are going to deliver endless amounts of pain. That is how a narcissist controls you, through your pain, through pain. Okay, so let's get back to love. They have to allow you, people have to allow you to love them. You can't just walk up to somebody on the street today and be in love with them. Love does not work that way. It doesn't work that way. That person has to be open for you to and allow you to love them. That is the only way you can do it. And a narcissist is not, I can guarantee you that they did not allow you to actually love them. And as you were getting to know the narcissist, see, I want to take you back to the beginning. In the beginning, yes, it was nice. You met somebody, you both were attracted to each other. They were attracted to your light, your energy. And they were attracted to the fact that you don't know who they are. That was the most attractive thing about you to that narcissist, that you did not know who they are. So at that time, you were thinking, okay, I got something good, and, you know, I'm gonna be on my best behavior, because that's what you do in the beginning of relationships. You're on your best behavior. Well, the narcissist, what they did to you was they trauma bonded you. You weren't in love, you were trauma bonded. Trauma bonding is when they met you, they were nice, they were loving, and I say loving, but they were just really very, very nice, and they were just going all out with it. So what they did was they would push their envelope really hard. And see, when you just meet somebody, you're open, because they were open, but you didn't see their door shut. You stayed open though, because you love that feeling of when you meet somebody and they're nice, and you both are nice to one another, and you're feeling each other, and your anxiety is flowing, and it feels good, and this is what everything I ever wanted, and all of that. But see, with the narcissist, they have a totally different agenda, and they definitely have a different game plan. So the narcissist, they closed that door. They started out with the love bomb, you know, treating you really nice, and then they went to the left. They went to the left, they closed that off. They like, hold, okay, we're gonna slow that down a little bit. And then they love bombed you some more. And then they pulled it back. Then they did a little more. Then they pulled it back. So basically, what you did not notice from the very beginning, they were love bombing you, devalue. Love bomb you, devalue. The devalue was so innocent, it was slight. It wasn't major devalue at the beginning. It was slight devalue. You know, it was like, okay, where they used to be so warm and fuzzy, they weren't warm and fuzzy every day. And you'd be like, well, what's wrong? Well, everything all right, baby? I mean, you know, nah, I'm just, you know, I had a bad, rough day, blah, blah, blah. So you're not even really paying attention, and you're not second guessing, because you want to get back to that warm, fuzzy, you know, rubbing your nose with each other. You want to get back to the lovey-dovey. Narcissist already knows that, and they are banking on you continually going back and forth. As they pull back with the love bomb, They'll throw it out. They'll throw it out a little less every time. It gets weaker every time, and weaker and weaker. But then they pulling it way, way back on you. And then that's when you start to kind of complaining like, "Babe, what's going on? Everything all right? I mean, you're just acting different, you know?" And they know that. They're gauging on that. They know that you want to get back to the affection and the love bombing, and you want to get back to the good feelings. Well, they couldn't control you if they kept it good all the time. They couldn't control you. They only give you good, after you have done enough and you deserve a reward. That's how they feel. But I gave that illustration because I want you guys to have a better understanding of the reasoning behind me saying you're not in love. You're trauma bonded because somebody beats you, they make you feel good, then they beat you. They make you feel good, then they beat you. They make you feel good, then they beat you. They make you feel good, and then they beat you. Beat you. Beat you. The abuse is getting louder. The feel good is getting softer. That's a trauma bond. And believe it or not, people, that is one of the most addictive things that can ever happen to you. That is one of the most addictive things that can ever happen to you. That is the reason that, we'll call it a junkie. I can't think of a more politically correct term to call them, but we'll call it that. A heroin addict. Their body craves heroin when it's not in their system. They go into convulsions, they get sick. If they go to a hospital, the hospital has to give them a different kind of drug. I think it's quinine or something. They have to give them a different kind of drug just so they don't get sick and die. That's how addicted their bodies are to that drug. And that is the level that you're on with the trauma bond. You're on a level of addiction with a trauma bond because you so badly want to get back to the feel good. And you're way up here with the beat down. You want to get back to the feel good, and they're not letting you get to the feel good. They pull the feel good all the way back. Now they're just running games on you, and it's a cat and mouse game. Now every day you got to figure out when you wake up in the morning with them, what is it going to be today? They're going to wake up normal, or, we're going to get this craziness today. So again, I made that illustration just because I want to help you understand that you're not in love with them. And there's a reason that you're not in love with that person. And that is something that has to be established in order for this pain to go away, because you're in pain. You're in pain. The reason you're in so much pain, again, is because you're trauma bonded. That trauma bond is painful. And the way you were able to get trauma bonded was because you unplugged from yourself. People, I am not going to stop driving that you are the plug. You are the plug. You looking outside for other people to be your plug, but you are the plug. You are the plug. When you started listening to that narcissist tell you different things, and you knew that your spirit was telling you something isn't right with this. Let's not do this. I don't feel right about it. And you unplugged yourself. You said, nah, I don't want to be petty. I just want everything to go smooth. They're gonna show out and start an argument, start a fussing, and all this craziness will go down. And I just rather not deal with that. Well, a narcissist knows you don't want to deal with that. And that's why they do it. If you're dealing with a narcissist, if they can't, if it's like if you caught the narcissist cheating, when a narcissist been out, they might have been out cheating on you today, and when they get home, you know, they're checking you to see if you know, to see if you're suspicious. You know, they do, hey, what's up? And you say something like, yeah, what's up? Then they want to know, oh, shucks, you must know. They must know. Uh-oh. They'll prod to see how much you know, and then they'll back away. But if they figure out that you do know, they're backing away. They're backing out of that because they're cowards. They're absolute cowards. They're not going to stand there, look you in your eyes and talk to you and walk through this situation that happened today. They're never going to face the music. A narcissist is never going to do that. It's always going to be, you got to figure out everything when you're dealing with one of them. So, you know, that's their thing. Their thing is, you know, you got to catch me if you can catch me. You know, if you catch me. And you got to be able to catch them red-handed. And you're going to need, I don't even want to go through all that. I ain't even going to lie. It's just, you know, when you catch them, they're caught. And that's what it is. If you listen to them talk, they're going to talk you out of it. They're going to talk you out of leaving them. They're going to talk to you and make you believe them. And then they're going to start arguing, yelling. Once you really caught them, all they're going to do is start arguing, yelling, continue to throw, try to change the subject, do anything to throw you off of what you're on to. They will say anything. They will do anything. And they don't care what they look like. And they know that they've just been caught red-handed. They don't care. They don't care because all they care about is they feel like they're better than you anyway. So they have the right and they deserve to be able to cheat on you. They don't see it as doing something wrong. They absolutely don't. They don't see it as doing anything wrong. You know? Also, in this video, I wanted to address an email that I got. And I'm addressing this particular email because the young lady reached out to me and she did not agree with a video that I put out. And I really kind of understand where she's coming from. Because in this video, I think it was the video that I put out called the Downgrade. Because I was talking about how they went out and picked somebody that knew they were in a relationship. They were in a marriage. So, you know, I just said, and the young lady, she was very cordial. So that's why I'm taking this time to address it. Because she was nice. She was cordial. So I feel that, you know, she deserved that much respect. But, you know, she made mention that, you know, a guy she was dealing with, and the guy was, you know, married, and, you know, he was going through a lot with his wife, and they were supposed to be getting divorced, you know. And I get that, you know, because there are some gray areas, you know, we're going to keep it 100. There are some gray areas when it comes to breaking up in a relationship. Because I don't know very many people that went that whole year. Some people do, but not very many people take that whole year that you're supposed to be separated, you know, and then you go ask for your divorce, whatnot. It's like a year and a half. I don't know anybody who has done it. I'm not saying people don't do it though. But, you know, that is a long time, you know, to be waiting a year and a half before you can go and get into a relationship. And the person that you're married to is already gone in relationships. They're doing relationships. So, you know, my thing is, you know, that's a gray area. And the person she was dealing with, the guy was lying to her. He was a narcissist. He was lying to her. He did not divorce his wife. And not only did he not divorce his wife, he left her for another woman. So my thing to her, and my thing, well, I know she's watching, so my thing to you is, I said, a dignified person isn't going to deal with a married person. Now, if you're dealing with somebody and they're married and you can see what they went through, honestly, I get it. I do. But I don't get it at the same time, because if somebody's in a marriage, honestly, that person needs work. You don't just get divorced today, they get married tomorrow and think you're going to have a successful marriage. That marriage is going to have a bunch of craziness with it. And it's going to stay that way. I'm not saying that you're going to get divorced or whatever. I don't know. Each situation is different. What I'm saying is that dealing with married people, make them show you something. Make them show you something. And I'm using a female because generally that's a line that a guy gives to a female. I'm getting divorced, blah, 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 whatever. I remember when I was getting divorced. I was actually getting divorced though. So, it wasn't a deal where I was just out, lying to women about, I'm getting a divorce. I am divorced. So if a guy is saying he's going to get divorced, then he shouldn't be still sleeping with his wife. If he's still in the house with his wife, okay, there's a gray area there, because they may not sleep in the same room. She may have her room, he has his room. Now, some couples still have sex just because they're living in the same house, and hey, but, you're just going to run into a lot of stuff. That's all I'm saying. Make sure, that you see some paperwork with somebody who's not divorced. If you're dealing with somebody that's not divorced, make sure that they have at least filed for divorce. Let me see your legal separation then. Okay, well then when you get the legal separation, and I can call you at 1 a.m. and all of that like a single person, then we can date. Until then, you're married. And the guy still is with his wife, dating someone else. So I'm saying, and my thing to you is, or to the young lady is, how do you think that his wife feels? Because you were one of his side pieces at one time, and his wife is still going through that. Now it's another one. I wanted to address one more issue in this video that, well, there's another email that I got, about the narcissists, and they're dealing with multiple people. And, they do. Everybody, if you watch any of these videos, then everybody's kind of uniform across the board. If you're dealing with a narcissist, people, for real, if it's a man or a woman, male or female rather, they are cheating in some way, shape, or form. Not all of them are cheating on you in a sexual relationship. That is the rare person. That is rare though. That's a unique narcissist, but they're cheating on you in another way. Okay? The other 99.9% are openly cheating in other relationships, people. Listen, I said it in one of my other videos that the narcissist is the devil, and I stand firm on that. The narcissist is the devil. You're not going to find a more evil spirit than that narcissist. Hell, there's no way that there's a hell out that is in existence that's worse than living and being tied to a narcissist. People, if you know that you're dealing with a narcissist, remember, you can't marry that. You cannot marry that. The only thing that a narcissist could possibly be good for, honestly, y'all, is a side piece. That's all they are. They are side pieces. The man and the woman, the male and the female, rather. They good side pieces. That's it. That's all they are good for. You cannot promote a side piece to a main position. You cannot do it. They don't know how to act in a main position. They are the side piece. And if you take them out of that position, they're still going to be playing that position. You know, you could take Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and you could make him the point guard, but he's still going to play the center position. That was my little basketball analogy, people. Hey, listen, that's my video. I hope you guys like it. Share in the comments what you think, how you feel. And people, also, please share your stories. People, I get so many emails from people that learn so much more from the comments on my page. Listening and watching people engage the comments. Man, some people, and I see the comments building. I mean, those things don't stop. That's a daily occurrence from old videos. People are having conversations and we got to have these conversations. I'm saying that because we have to keep building in this community because nobody's coming to save us, people. We have to save ourselves. So I'm gonna continue to keep everybody that can hear my voice. I'm gonna keep you plugged in. I'm gonna keep you plugged into yourself. That's the only person that cannot lie to you. Yourself. Thanks again. I want you to like this video, watch the video, share the video, comment on the video. If you're new and to my page, I want you to subscribe, talk to me. Let's talk about it. All right. Thanks, everybody.